Oh, it's gonna be a trashy bitrate night, a late night stream and trashy bitrate. Oh damn, son. All right, so this is Xearrik and we're live. How's everybody doing? We're gonna be playing some The Legend of Link, Echoes of Wisdom, apparently. Yo, gamer boy, how's it going? Like my bitrate came right back. Maybe it was just a starting problem. I don't know. We haven't been playing this for some time. And there we go. Back to the good old spinning. Can't play Zelda without spinning, huh? This is gonna be a pretty loose stream. Just do whatever. Late night stream. I went to bed so early because I was about to pass out, and I woke up and I was like, let's do some late streaming now that I'm awake. What in tarnation? Excuse me. Just trying to see if anything's happening on late night mentioning of Nintendo Switch or something. Oh, these motherfuckers are still trying to claim Crump treated. You know, I've heard that election denial is dangerous to our democracy. From so many different newscasters and whatnot, they should be careful. They wouldn't want to endanger our democracy now, would they? Or should I say their democracy? Because you know they sure as hell don't include everybody else when they say that. What they mean by their democracy is all the fellow fascists that they in their group. They still want recounts. I was hoping for something Nintendo related. It's just political stuff too. What is this? This Julian Assange is trending. All right. Hey, so what you talking about now, gamer boy? You were pretty silent at first. while I'm looking up here on social media. Like I said, this is gonna be a pretty loose stream. We're gonna be playing the game, but we're also gonna be doing other things. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, take here, but maybe if you don't want to lose, don't run a terribly incompetent candidate. Or an evil one. That would work too. I mean, if that party can find someone who's not evil. I don't think they'll ever win an honest election again if they keep doing it the way they're doing. Hell, this election wasn't honest and they still lost. They had the entirety of the establishment on their side, censoring news articles every chance they got, pushing misinformation about Trump as often as they could. Kill him, kill him. And yet they still lost. They did a lot more than those things too. Trying to get rid of voter ID laws as much as they could. I mean, it's like, oh, why should a voter have to prove who they are? Meanwhile, you needed, in those same states, you needed like proof of vaccination to get somewhere. It's like, oh, okay, you don't need proof of citizenship to vote, but you need proof of vaccination to go buy a fucking burger. All right. Not in all of them, but many of them. They were trying to like, papers, please. It's like, all right, damn, calm down. Like, they perfectly embody like the things that they claim everybody else are too. Most specifically, fascists. And then like every damn word out of their mouth is a lie. That works though. It doesn't actually do as bad for them as you would think. So many people just don't bother looking up anything. But you're starting to see people who do. Like I saw that Joe Rogan, he said Obama used to be one of his favorite presidents. I'm like, wow. He doesn't know shit about shit if that's true. And then he said he watched a speech by Obama, and he said that shit like that Trump said there's very fine people on both sides with these neo-Nazi groups and stuff, and he's like, well, now I can't look at him without thinking he's a liar. It's like, of course he's a fucking liar. He's a politician. That's what they do. This motherfucker does nothing but lie. Like I said, I watched that speech with his wife in it recently. And every sentence out of her mouth was either a lie or a half truth. It was insane. Never seen any shit like it. No, that's not true. Pretty much anytime their side talks, that's what I see. It's crazy. It doesn't take much effort at all to show that they're lying. And sooner or later, the only people who are going to be left that vote for them, who are actually like adults, because on a long enough timeline, people like Joe Rogan, it's going to happen, right? They're gonna figure out that they're just fucking liars. That's all they are. So the only people who are left are going to be incompetent young people who haven't bothered looking up what they said, or unethical people. As in people who think it's not only fine to lie to get what you want, but if it helps what you get, to get what you want, it's a moral obligation to lie and cheat and steal. And we saw this from the left during this most recent presidential race. Like, for instance, remember when Joe Biden debated Joe Biden debated Trump? And the left was outraged. They wanted two things to happen. But the first thing that started to trend from the left wasn't replace Trump. I mean, replace Biden. It was, how could the moderators allow this to happen? Like, wait, what? That's what your side's taken away from this? That's what your side's taken away from this? Why did the moderators not fucking cheat and be biased and protect Joe Biden by muting his mic when he started to say retarded shit? That is what you take away. Uh-huh. So you're just an asshole. You're just a dishonest asshole. That's what you are. All right, let's head this way. And we'll see what happens, because even though the majority, the vast majority of the left now is nothing but that, as far as the politicians, it's pretty much almost 100% of them on the left. The right is still filled with a bunch of those people too. It's just a lower percentage. Those people who like, and I mean, I'm talking about the people in charge right now, the people who, as long as it gets what they want, they will lie, cheat, and steal without hesitation. They don't give a shit. But there, as far as on the right though, there's a larger percentage of people on the right who, their voter base wise, who feel like there's moral and ethical like things, so they have to keep the right. Unlike the left, the right actually has to try to trick their people into thinking they're moral people. The left does that too, but I don't think they have to do it as much as they try. Because we saw like during like the riots and shit, the things that they said and did, and like they like bailed out murderers. They bailed out people who were violent criminals who went on to murder people. Like, come on, bro. Like, why? Like, they were funding that shit. They literally were funding that, people burning down people's towns and shit like that. And it just, it never ends. All the shit that they do. Look at these little guys. Laser beams. I don't see how you can be a moral, like upstanding person and still think that the left is votable. Like, you just can't. Take any one of these motherfuckers' speeches. Just take any one of their speeches. Oh, this dude just ended it. He's like, I'm done. Take any one of their speeches and just look it up. Like, did like someone on the left, did you really like that speech? Did you really like that speech from Michelle? Oh, you like Michelle Obama's speech? All right. Pull up the speech, and every time she says a sentence, fact check her. And then tell me how many times you come back where she was either a lying cunt or a half-truth telling cunt. She's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. And even left-wing people like Joe Rogan are starting to realize it, dude. Like, they've lost the plot. Like, they can't. You can't be a left-wing person and then be like, oh, I'm a moral person, and then look at the things that the left does and go, I will continue to vote for them. No, that's why they lost so many people. Those same people that, you know what? A lot of those people too, who they lost, didn't even vote for Trump. Some of them did, some of them didn't. But a lot of their voter base was just demoralized because they saw that their people are like, oh, hey, what are we gonna do here? Well, I don't know what does our political group stand for? Making it legal for grown-ass men to walk around with their cocks out in front of children in girls' bathrooms because they wore a dress that day. That's what you got? That's what your party stands for? And that's not something that like, oh, that's a theoretical thing. No, that's a thing that's actually happened. Unlike the bunch of fucking lies that they post, is like, oh, these women are dying because of these abortions and things like that. It's like, oh, Trump doing this has made it so that women are dying and whatnot. I was like, where? Show me. Where the fuck are you talking about? and you know, that's another thing that proves that their party's evil, dude. Their political party's so evil. They straight up all throughout that election were saying that Trump made it so that women can't have abortions if they have medical problems without fear of being arrested, and if they have a miscarriage they might get arrested. And they said a whole bunch of shit like that, right? Which was demonstrably false, provably fucking false. Now, unlike some of their lies, and I say some because a lot of their lies are very damaging, this lie directly harms the people they're claiming to help. So they care so much about women. Oh, we all the poor women, they're all help the women. You don't think they're getting enough help? No, help them. Okay, so how the fuck are you helping them? By trying to fearmonger and make these women think that if they have a miscarriage they shouldn't go to the fucking hospital just in case, because they're gonna get arrested if they do. You ain't helping nobody except for yourself by telling a lie like that. You're putting women's lives in danger by telling a lie like that. Unlike the lie that you told, that actually probably will lead to people being harmed. It probably has led to it. There we go. Just gotta check something out here, guys. That right there is like, for me, that's like all that right there is like, it's the defining character, like shit about their, like in their debates, is them being able to say a lie like that, which will directly lead to the harm of the people they claim to protect, that they claim that they care about. There ain't no way you give a shit about women if you're gonna lie about something like that. And it's the same, they do that with literally everything. They do that for every group. The amount of damage they do, the lies that they tell that hurts gay people, and the lies that they tell that hurts trans people, the lies that they tell that hurts children, like the lie that they tell that hurt black people. But they're like, no, we're helping them. Then why are you telling a lie that's going to lead to them being hurt? Just so you could get reelected. We see what you really care about. You don't care about any of these people. You care about yourself. You care about money and power. And that is pretty much almost 100% of the left right now. And I don't know what percentage of the right are like that, but a good percentage of the right are like that too. I think the only difference is it's harder for them to let their mask slip and just to really let loose and say whatever the fuck they want, because they have a much larger percentage of their voter base that's like Christian and shit like that, who think that, not think, but they're like, hey, I will not vote for an immoral person who's doing all these things. So they have to be better about hiding it, right? But I've seen some heinous shit from them too, especially pre-Trump. Oh my lord. I don't know what it would be like, but I would love for somehow there to be some kind of reformation of our political parties, and we get nothing but honest people like like, and even if not honest, people whose actual goal is to help the people instead of just help themselves. That'd be fucking lovely. That'd be lovely. Because I bet you if like I could press a button and everybody, every single political freaking person, every single politician who is a dishonest piece of shit, who's only out for themselves, got disappeared onto like a moon colony or something, and they weren't allowed to return back to Earth. You know, I bet you there'd be very few politicians left. I think there'd be very, very few people left. Look at this. It's a nice ass place to sleep. Look at this, man. Got a waterfall over there. You got the noise thing, and the water's all over. I mean, it's gonna be humid as shit, depending. So the temperature is gonna, you know, change how you feel. But as long as it's not too hot, you know, this is like I mean, it might need a little shade, right? There we go. But yeah, I don't know what to do, man. Because for right now, at this very moment, I want the Republicans to crush. I want them to crush the Democrat Party. But I'm scared too, because even though I want them to crush the Democrat Party, if they have full control over everything, there's a damn good chance they start screwing up just as much shit. I mean, look what happened with George Bush. What a piece of shit George Bush was. I think the difference, one of the differences with him is that he wasn't, he thought he was helping people, maybe. I can't be sure about that. I used to think the same thing about Obama too. I was like, well, you know, he may be a piece of shit, and he's lying about a whole bunch of shit, and he's saying and doing things that are hurting people, but I think he actually cares about what he's saying, and he believes he's helping people. Nah. Nope. This most recent election and the previous one, and all the fucking lies that he told, and the dumb shit that he said, and the things he backed up. No, he's just like the rest. He did not care a fucking lick about any of the shit he said. He did not believe the shit he said. He was just a lying piece of shit who wanted to help himself. All right, I gotta go back up north and then go down here. I don't want to just jump over the wall. I actually want to go there legitimately. And I think with Donald Trump, he's proved himself. I don't gotta worry about him as far as him believing he's doing the right thing. He definitely does. There ain't no way you go through all the shit that the fucking fascist left just put him through, and you still keep running. You still don't bend the knee out of fear for everybody, yourself most especially. Because I think 999 people out of 1,000 would have bent the fucking knee. With all the shit the Dems were doing to him, they'd be like, all right, look, man, just leave me and my family alone. We're leaving, all right? Just please. I don't care about any of this shit anymore. Just leave me and my family alone. I'll do whatever you want. I'll say whatever you want. I think that's 999 people out of 1,000. The whole fucking establishment of the United States of America and most other Western countries were against him. He definitely believes, and they were trying to take his land from him, take his businesses from him, take his fucking freedoms from him, take his freedoms from his friends, his family, his lawyers who tried to defend him. And when they couldn't do that, they started trying to fucking murder him, and he still stuck with it. I don't gotta worry about him. He has conviction. He believes what he says. Now, whether or not he's gonna do a good job, I don't know. But he damn well at least believes he's trying to help people. Cause ain't nobody gonna go through that much shit. It's just not gonna happen. Well met, Princess Zelda. By order of the king, I am in the mission to investigate the area of the rift. I was just a little deeper in barren wetlands, forbidden place. I had electric monsters, strange creatures who called me a bumpkin. Fiery, but mostly peaceful protesters. Yeah, it's more than just that though, man. It's like literally everything. One of their most beloved lies that they tell that is so comically provably false, and this is one of the things that made Joe Rogan stop liking Obama, is the find people on both sides. You literally pull up the video, and he says, he goes, and there were, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the whatever, like, you condemn them, absolutely. I condemn them, absolutely. But, and you know, and then he went on to say, other than those people, as far as the people who were debating about what they were supposed to do, you know, there were decent people on both sides of the argument. There's like, you can watch the fucking video, dude. But instead, they cut out the whole fucking part. But he didn't say on both sides of the argument. He just said on both sides. But that's obviously what he meant. And that's why he specifically mentioned not the damn neo-Nazis and shit. And he condemned them right then. And then ever since that day, these motherfuckers have been like, oh yeah, and he said there was very fine people with neo-Nazi groups. You know, he's trying to say that neo-Nazi groups had very fine people, and also, yeah. So he really likes those neo-Nazis, right? Like what? What? Specifically said not those people. The sad part is that he had to specifically said not those people. You know what I mean? That's, I think, the sad part is that he knew that he couldn't just say that there were fine people. He had to make sure he had to condemn those people first. Because any normal human being who wasn't a piece of shit, who actually listened to someone and charitably interpreted what they said, would assume he did not include those people. Because that's the default position of humanity. Like, if you poll 100 billion people, you would have nearly 100 billion people who are like, yeah, the Nazis were bad. Like, we have to wait till we have 100 billion people. It's not really actually true, because there are some nations that still have, I mean, no, it would still be that, man. It would still be that. Like, even groups like, say, like Japan is not as anti-Nazi as like most Western nations, like the U.S. and whatnot. They're not as anti-Nazi, but that's because they were their allies. And the news was different for them, and their history, the history that they're taught in their schools is not as, look at the fucked up shit the Nazis did, like murdering all these people. They censor some of that stuff until they get older. So you have some of the, what you end up having is you have some people who, they don't necessarily like the Nazis in, I'm talking about real Nazis, obviously. I'm talking about World War II shit. They don't necessarily like them, but they're not as repulsed by them. That's a thing in Japan. I've noticed from a lot of their media, some of the people and what they say. It seems like to me, because like you go to a Western nation like America, you get the US of A, people are repulsed by the concept of Nazi. That's why the left uses it as a fucking weapon. Like, the reason why they call people Nazis is the same reason why they call people racists. And it's because the vast majority of people are repulsed by that. They find that sort of thing vile. I had electric monsters, strange creatures who called me a bumpkin. If you intend to visit this area, I suggest keeping your wits about you. So, can I get these mushrooms? Ah, I killed the mushroom. Die, mushroom. Oh, wait. I can take it with me? Have I already copied this? Can I copy this thing? So, when you have something that is considered to be the default position of most people, then normally you don't have to go out of your way to say, oh, but I didn't mean this. Like, for instance, if it turned out, if in that rally they weren't talking about like people's political alignment, instead they were talking about the fact that one of the groups had a bunch of murderers that showed up and were murdering people, it's not necessary to say, and I don't mean the murderers. No, that's not necessary, because that's just something that people would assume, because murder is near universally observed, I mean, believed to be a bad thing. Is that the frog that I have? Because I have a singing frog. Or is that a new singing frog? Where's my singing frog? I've used it before, so it has to be in here, but I'm way down in the nothing land. See, this is why Nintendo needs to call me. Their UI is garbage, bro. I could fix your games. Every single game you've ever made. Like, look at this. I can't find it. I can't find it. It doesn't exist here. Like, you know how to do the UI. No, I don't mean the robot, Soren. It's very easy to do. You see this screen here? You do this, but better. You create a square. So all you got to do if you want proper UI, you freaking idiots at Nintendo, is you make a square. That's all you do. Ta-da! I fixed your UI. This screen you can leave like this. I mean, I would personally add like an extra row or two and get rid of all this stupid stylized bullshit. Push it over. Like, look at this big old empty ass space on the right, bro. Look at this empty ass space here. That's room for a whole ass another row of this stuff. That way it can be a square. Am I going up or down? I forgot. The fuck is going on? I'm 100% I have a frog. All right, let's go through every single living thing. That's not a frog. 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 Nope. 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 No. 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 Nope. 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 That's not it. Wait, is that a frog? Nope. Nope. No. No. I'm not seeing any frogs. I'm gonna go through every single fucking one. And I mean slow. Painfully slowly. The moment it scrolls down, I instantly see that there's no other frog. I knew it. So it's not blue. It's I knew there was, see. The hell? Why is there a blue one? Alright. Chill out. Let him sing, bitch. What's the difference between that one and that one? I will slowly crush you to death. So what I'm curious about, like, why? We have two frogs. This amphibious monster croaking song can call rain. What? Hold on, it was raining. Oh, that's neat. And when he goes away, it does stop raining. So the thing about the UI is when I press this button, why the fuck are there only 7 things on my screen? Why? Why are there 7? If you wanted to make proper UI, then what you do from the very beginning of the game is you make them a box. First off, When I go into here, there should be a UI setting, and it has lots of options. And one of those options is how big these boxes are. That's gonna be number one right there. So this frog, how big it is, it should be able to be 5 times that size. It'd take up my whole ass screen if that's what you want. Or 5 times smaller than this. Five times. You get it, all right? How about, yeah, I should be able to make this thing a few pixels if I want. Now, times -5. Like, what the fuck? What would that would be some fucked up, like, yeah, you would have to like invert, like change. You can't even, that's not even possible. You get it though. Anyways, the way you do it is, notice that when I open this up, what's happening? My cursor's on the center of the screen. Good job, Nintendo. You did literally one thing right here. The cursor's on the center of the screen. That's how it should be. But what about this? Why are there only 7 fucking things on my screen right now? That's stupid. Why are they vertical rectangles instead of squares? That's stupid, Nintendo. Instead, what they should be is little squares about this size, maybe a little smaller, bigger, depending on what you do with the UI setting. And when I hit this button, when I only have 1 monster unlocked, it should be right there. When I have 2 monsters unlocked, guess what should happen? One should appear just to the right of it. When I have 3 monsters unlocked, guess what should happen? One should appear just to the left of it. Gasp! When I have 4 monsters, there should be one to the left, to the right, up, and below. If that's 5, I should say. And then when I have 9, there should be one to the left, right, up, below, bottom left, bottom right, top left. You get what I'm saying? Every time I add a new monster, all it does is it expands out. It just keeps expanding out. And what you end up with is something similar to this, except the only difference is these should be much closer to each other. Instead of there being this huge gap between this one and this one, they're right next to each other. And on top of that, it's like, so the cursor starts and there's one here, and then if you were to have 9 things, this would be how it would be. Cursors here, and then all these things around it. And then if I get a new one, you know, it adds one here. I get a new one after that, it adds one to the right of this, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then up above and down below. Like it just well, it should be like up above here, and then to the right of this first, and then to the like because it just keeps expanding out. It radiates from the center until you have every single one in the entire game. And so what happens is, as soon as you hold this button, none of this UI is on the screen. If I'm holding this button, I'm not looking at my fucking mini map. If I hold this button, I don't care about my notebook and my sword, and I don't care about that shit on the top right of my screen. I don't care about my hearts and my magic, and if I press up on the D-pad or left on the D-pad, I don't care about any of that shit. Dripoon, you can fit that shit in the name, or make it so I could press a button. That's what you do. I hold right, it doesn't even say Dripoon. If I want to see Dripoon, I gotta press a button and make it appear. And I hold, and as soon as I let go of that button, it disappears again. But from top to bottom, from left to right, the whole fucking screen is filled with these boxes. So as soon as I press this button, I see every damn Pokemon I have in my possession. And I can just go, oh, my Pokemon, you see that tree? You see that tree right here? You see that tree right there? My Pokemon's right there in that tree. So then I press up twice, right twice. Instead of this shit. Who thought this shit was smart? The maximum amount of movement you would have to do in this game is 30 frames per second. When you maybe no, it's moving at 60 sometimes in the UI at least. But I don't know. That feels 30-ish. That doesn't feel that smooth. Like the game goes back and forth. Like this feels like 60. But then when I start like right there you go, it just dropped down to like below 30 there when I got to that spot. And the UI feels the same. When I move it slow, it feels like that. But as soon as I start moving it fast, it feels like it's 30 frames or less. Not less. But anyways. So the most you would ever have to move, the way with the game's current UI is, the most you would ever have to move is literally for however many of these things you have. Do you have 100 spirits? Well, you're gonna have to hold right for 100 fucking spirits. That's bad game design. Whereas if you fill up the entire screen, then the most you have to ever move is 7 to the right and like 5 down. So if there's something on the very bottom right corner, it's like boop, 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 boop. And then you press down a few times. Boop, 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 boop. That was way more than 7 I went over, by the way. So really, and unlike this UI, where once you start doing this, the game's frame rate isn't fast enough. So it's like, yeah, I can kind of make out what these things are, but they're blurry. Like they're blurry, and sometimes I might miss a thing. Like. Look for the white bird. There's a white bird, right? Where's the white bird? It's hard on your eyes to look at this, right? Did you see it? Or I should say lightly colored bird. But anyways, it's hard on your eyes. However, if the UI is static, as in the center thing is right where it is and it's always where it is, and then it radiates out from there, well, guess what happens? If I hold right, the UI doesn't move. Only my cursor moves. Therefore, it doesn't blur. I just go. And then I go, and I know exactly, I do this and I go, oh, home, my like when I do this, I don't need to like think about it. I see, oh, hey, my bed's right there. Right? I just hold down the button. I just hold the button down until I get to what I want. I don't need to like. I don't need to play around with it. It's like, oh hey, I'm to the ghost, I'm to the bed, I'm to the box, because I know how far I have to move, and it would be the same thing. So all the way down there where that map is, where that little icon's flashing at. All the way down there where that flash is, if I open it up and there's something down there, which would be many rows away, you know, that'd be like me holding right all the way to here. And then I would end up having to start, like I hold right. Where's my... Huh? Oh, I can't hold right while I'm doing this. Okay. I hold right all the way till I reach the ghost. And then theoretically my cursor would appear down over here to the left. And then I would have to hold right and go all the way there, and keep holding right and go. No, you don't need that, because you can just press down instead of holding right. So let's go. I just go right to the ghost, and then I press down 3 or 4 times, and then I'm right where I need to be. Instead of having to, when you do the same amount of movement with scrolling, it would be like holding the scroll down for this long. And then you would be somewhere around where the bottom right one would be. But you're doing that like with this blurry ass damn rotation. I wonder if there's any secrets in previously visited areas with this singing frog. Can't think of anything. Since it doesn't raise the water level, I don't really know the purpose of this. Fire monsters? Pachooey! Pachooey! It's just you. All your friends are dead, you fool. Ah, I'm wounded. How dare you wound me? You'll pay for that. This game is so comically easy. And that's using these monsters who are not as effective at fighting those dudes. And I can pull out all these other monsters that would have did a much better job. This dude would have destroyed them. So let's go up here to the fire area and see what happens if we make it rain. If it'll even let us make it rain. Would this have completely changed how I did this area if I came down here and got that toad first? Or Froggy Frog? Froggy McFrog face? So far it doesn't affect anything. But I haven't found a fire monster yet that lives outside the lava. Ah, I'm on fire! I was gonna make it rain to make the fire go away, but I didn't need to. There we go. Ooh, instantly put out their little fire trail. Can I pick them up? No. Why is it not raining? Why is it not raining? Okay, these guys suck. In order to make it rain, you have to like keep pressing it out. Like, I can't stop. I have to keep casting them. You would think as long as they're singing, it would keep raining, but no, it stops the moment they like. It just stops after a certain period of time for some reason. You fool! All right, let's head back over here. And the question is, can I somehow make rain clouds inside? Seems like the type of game that might allow that. It's magic after all, right? The hell you just can't be going around being all weird and shit. Kill him. Kill them dead. Hoarder Echo. Wait, what is it? Horde? Besides your mama. See, this would have taken like 2 seconds to do if they had proper UI. Naturally camouflaged. This creature hides underground until an unwary foe approaches the mushroom on its back. Is there only a mushroom variant? It's a Deku. I mean, what the hell are they called? I don't remember. It's been too many billions of years. Too many trillions. That's right. Multiple too manys. Deku kid, something kid. I don't know what the hell they're called. Deku shrub. You don't look like a Deku shrub. Your mama doesn't look like a Deku. Wait. Your mama looks like a Deku shrub. He's like, yes, that is how parentage works. She does indeed look like a Deku shrub. Her scrub. With that get up, you're clearly an out of towner. I'll answer your question. What? Hey, what do you not like about my get up? How dare you? You don't like cat people? You're clearly an out of towner. I'll answer your question if you have any. Where am I? What the hell did you say? You're in fair and wetlands. Not an easy part of the world to live in. Gotta be tough, or this place will gobble you up. Any more questions? What's a Deku shrub? Scrub. We're folks who keep up with the latest trends, and we're cute. Wait, what? Wait, what are those things called? I'm gonna try to insult them, but I can't remember the names of things right now. What are the damn, I can't remember. What the hell are they called? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna remember that. It's been even more trillions of years since I've seen one of those things. Let's see. With your birdo looking ass mouth. What you mean cute? There we go. That's what I was trying to say. What you mean cute with your birdo looking ass mouth? Not mouth, mouth. M-O-U-U-F-F. We're folks who keep up with the latest trends, and we're cute too. Basically, we're the best. Are you edible? Oh, the shrub next to me went underground. Keep saying shrub, scrub. Guess you'll have to yank him out if you want to talk to him. Isn't that rude? Why would I want to wake? That's mean. Is he not under there by choice? I'm fine, thanks. Gotcha. Well, see you later. Yo, I love your mustache, bro. You plucked me. I guess there's something you want to talk about. No, I want to actually just do this and see how far back does it take me. I want to see if I could try to talk to him while he's underground. I don't care if it resets me back to the beginning of the stream. Not like I did anything that important. Just gathered a bunch of money and stuff. Nice. Not even that far back. Malfuses. We can make the word even more stupid. We just Malfuses. Malfuses. Ah! He's trying to kill me, mommy. All right. It's so weird. It's like, oh, stable 60 right now, back to 30 when moving. Damn, I was hoping I could talk to him and the text bubble would be like, you plucked me. I guess there's something you want to talk about. Barren wetlands, frog monsters, electric monsters, recent trends. Recent trends. What the hell is this game? Frog monsters. Sounds like that chipmunk from the Natural Habitat YouTube channel where a rabbit asks him paper or plastic and he says mouth. I've never heard of it. The frog monsters are called dripitoons. Oh shit, what did he say? When they croak, they make it rain. Always welcome. Well, not always. It's pretty annoying when you want a little sunlight. Frog monsters, electric monsters. Okay, yeah, electric monsters. Electric monsters are called buzz blobs. I know they look cute, but you really shouldn't pet them or they'll get a nasty shot. Trust me. Oh, damn it. It keeps going past what I want to read. Trust me, I've tried so many times. See, I like the addition of so many times. It hurts. All these dark thorns shown up all over the Barren wetlands. So weird and purple. But you can get all this cotton candy and it's so good. Wait, what? If you want to try some, drop by the sweet spot in the northern Barren wetlands. All right, I'm good. All right, let's try something. Oh, look, he's automatically thick boy. He's a thick boy. And this would allow me to, I wonder if that will affect this guy in any way. No, I was wondering if it like made bigger ice thingies. Thing never stops, huh? All right, so let's do the. Oh, what about that? Because he doesn't make ice; he just makes like cold stuff. I guess I gotta be around a monster. He makes his breath is cold as all. I was wondering if it would like make it an icy, breathy thingy. So these guys here are automatically thick boyed. So if you can automatically thick boy 3 of them, which is a bit easier than doing this, because this doesn't seem as reliable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See, it did 3 that time really fast, but sometimes it doesn't. I'm under attack. Help me. Protect me. I think that's my only water monster, right? Ah! Protect me! Come over here. Come over here. Ah! Protect me! Ooh, that was so scary. I don't want to go over there right now. Oh, there's a hut. Maybe I do want to go over there. There's only 3 stamps left in the whole game, I think. Can I step on your head, please? I didn't want to go on the door, but thank you for stopping me. This is Clink. This is the Clink. Who's go? You know the small room with bars for bad people? We can't let you in. We don't even know you. I want to go to the Clink. What if I kill one of you? Then will you put me in the Clink? This is the Clink Who's Glow. We're the put folks who go do bad things. Oh wait, what did you say? Thieves always end up in the clink. Can you be a thief in this game, like in the Game Boy game? Nothing to see here. Scram. Oh yeah, stop me now! Fear the monster! Oh shit, they despawned the monster on me so they could tell me off. It's raining spooky monsters. Oh, so scary. Your town's being invaded. The hell was that? Ooh, blue piranha. Oh, I'm under attack! Blah, 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 blah. Cheese it! Say, is it true you have membership card for the sweet spot? What? No. Who told you that? That's so ridiculous. I'm actually laughing. Ha ha ha. I'm a little suspicious how much you're trying to deny it. Yes, I see them. Why are you making... Oh my god, I get it. Why couldn't you just let me go over there my own time, you shitty game? Mmm, delicious. This cotton candy is so tasty. You'll never guess was made from spider webs. I mean, I guessed that. So... I know it's worrying when the big patch of dark thorns showed up in the sweet spot, but then the gray spider came out and started spinning the webs. Sweet yummy goodness. You can say that again. They're eating spider webs. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me that. I figured that's what that was. I'm surprised they can talk. Their mouths are so sticky. Zelda, please don't try that stuff. I'm gonna eat it now. You should have told me not to. You ain't my dad. I'll eat the cobwebs if I want. By the way, you guys want to hear a cotton candy story? And an abuse story? So, like, my mom has an actual aversion to cotton candy. You know, nobody dislikes cotton candy, right? Name one kid that you know that dislikes cotton candy. My mom was one of those kids. She doesn't dislike sugar or anything. Even as an adult, she doesn't like cotton candy. But this is how much, you know, we were abused when we were kids. So my mom, they took her out one time. One of the times they took the kids out to, you know, pretend like they're actually not monsters. Because I lived with my grandma for a while too, and she did a bunch of fucked up shit to me. But anyways, this is what my grandma did to my mom. This is on the light end, by the way. Like I said, they're like shit that make, like, they would make horror movies about the shit that my grandma did to me and my mom. But anyways, in the horror movies you've seen where they're abusing kids, that's lightweight shit. The majority of the time, that's lightweight shit. Where, like, when I see a damn TV program and they're like, oh, he of course he grew up to be a serial killer. Look at the trauma he I'm like, what the fuck? What a pussy. Like Dexter. Omega pussy, bro. I would be like Dexter times 1000. Same with my mom. Anyways, and it would be even worse with my mom because she did worse shit with my mom than with me. But anyways, most of the people who were raised by her are fucked up mentally, by the way. I mean, even me and my mom are fucked up, but we're not like monsters or anything like that, right? We're not those types of people. We just don't trust people, and they're a little neurotic and, you know, things like that. But anyways, my mom's worse than me when it comes to that kind of stuff too, but she was abused a lot more than me. But anyways, this is how fucked up my grandma is. This is a cotton candy story. So one of the times where, you know, they're trying to pretend not to be monsters, so because the neighbors were doing this shit and whatnot, they took out my mom and her siblings to the local fair. And you would think, finally a moment for them to have fun and to be normal and to have like normal kid fun stuff. No, it was used as a torture session, like most things my grandma did. So my mom, like, for the first time ever, she got to have some cotton candy. Now, she wasn't like a little kid. Like, she wasn't like 4 years old or anything. I don't remember how old she said she was. She was over 10 though. It was the first time she ever had cotton candy. Because, you know, that's my grandma. She's a piece of shit. So imagine the first time you ever get to have cotton candy. Imagine being a 10-year-old and being able to hold this shit and mess around, right? So she made a mess on herself. Not a huge mess or anything, but cotton candy, you know, she'd start licking it and whatnot. So she would get cotton candy on the side of her mouth and whatnot. And she wipes it away from her mouth with her hands. And then, you know, she's still licking it. It's delicious. She hasn't really, having sweet stuff like that was not a real thing. Like for instance, I had to pretend like I would dislike food that I liked with my grandma in order for her to be able to in order for her to feed it to me more often. I learned pretty early on that if I pretended to dislike something, she would feed it to me more. And if I liked something, she would never feed it to me again. So out in public though, you know, my mom got to have cotton candy for the first time, and obviously it's some sweet candy. She's a kid, she's loving it, she's eating it as quick as she can, making a mess, you know, getting it on her face, wiping it away with her hands. I don't know if you know this about cotton candy, but it's sticky. I don't know if you know this about sugar when it dries, but it's hard as fuck and sticky. Do you know what that means when you do that to a person? If you liquefy sugar and rub it on a person's face and hands and then let it dry, it can literally crack their flesh. Like it's to the point where it can make you bleed. So she was in so much pain because once my grandmother realized what she was doing, that she's making a little bit of a mess in herself, she saw it as a perfect opportunity to torture her. So she wouldn't let her wash it. So her hands were all crusted with this disgusting fucking dried up sugar, and it was on her face, it was doing her lips and stuff like that. And she was in so much pain for so long before her mother, my grandma, allowed her to wipe it off or clean it off, to go to the bathroom and clean it off, that she for the rest of her life hates cotton candy because she was tortured with it. Cotton candy is indeed sticky. When they said, "Oh, it's so sticky," that reminded me of the story of how my grandmother used cotton candy to torture my mom. What a piece of shit, right? I don't want anyone coming this way while I'm working. Okay, you got me. I'm not working, but I deserve a break. What time is it? I think it's a good time to end the stream. Got a little bit extra time in there in the stream. Getting late. I just don't feel like talking to all these people, but that's the next thing I need to do to advance the story, and I just don't feel like talking to them all right now. I'm just gonna save and do this next time I play the game, which I don't know when it's gonna. I do want to beat this game eventually, so I don't want to walk away from it so long that I have to start from the beginning. Yeah. No pro cotton candy tip, don't let it dry on your skin. A little bit isn't that bad. You can kind of just rub it away with parts of your skin that are fine. But if you make a mess, oh yeah. Not that bad for normal people, because a normal person, they'll start to make a mess and they'll feel how sticky it is and they'll be like, ah, this is sticky and gross. And so they'll want to wash the sticky, gross stuff off. But if you don't wash it off, if you leave a huge amount of it on your skin, not just a few spots, but a huge amount of it, like you coated yourself in the damn thing, and it's all sticky, starting to feel all sticky and gross, and then you're not allowed to wash it off, and then it just starts drying out more and more and hardening. It hurts a lot. Especially for a kid. Not really a thing that most people, a lesson that most people ever have to learn, because most people never get to that point. The moment they realize they've made a little bit of a mess and they feel sticky, they're like, oh, I want this off. No, you don't get to rinse it. Oh, can I have some water? It's like, no, you can't have water. I only want to drink the water. No, we know you want to drink the water so that you have moist mouth so you can lick it off. Hydrated. Fuck. Terrible. As I said, I told you guys that before. I haven't even like scratched the surface of the fucked up shit. She was like literally a monster, a figurative. Like that's why I say that when that's why I have those takes when I say, why the fuck do people like oh my name is Carrie and my mommy beat me with a coat hanger and locked me into a closet. Boo fucking who? I'm gonna kill people now. Like, what a whiny bitch. I think as far as like damage, that's probably one of the psychologically, that's one of the probably been damaged the most from. I don't have anywhere near as much compassion for people who try to use their past as an excuse to hurt people. Like, what about me and my mom? We're not hurting people. We've been through way more fucked up shit than you. So why are you hurting people? But yeah. Man. He's roughity rough. I need to get it. I need to replace this thing here. Anyways, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm messing with something that was on my desk because I've been rearranging my room and rearranging the living room hallway. And anyways, that's gonna be it for tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and continue. The Chronicled Edition. We're gonna play that tomorrow. We're gonna continue that. I don't know. I want to beat this. I don't know when I want to play it though. I just I get bored. Like, how long has it been since I played this? I still got bored. It's just what I need to do is just power through it. I know that sounds like it's like what? What do you mean you just have to just power through a Zelda game? Like, grit your teeth and just get through it. That's how I feel. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It's just at a certain point, like, I feel like this is a game you have to play quickly. I feel like this isn't the type of game to sit here and play for a whole bunch of hours. Like, how many hours did I play this? 80. Oh man, this is like a 20-hour game tops. Tops. I'm sitting here, you know how I play video games. I like to get my money's worth. So I'm sitting here like going all out and shit, and nah, you're supposed to just blast through this damn thing. 10 hours, more like fucking 10 to 20 hours or something. But it's the way I play games. You guys have a nice one. I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said earlier today, stay healthy, take care of yourselves. Get healthy if you're not healthy. We all need to do it. And maybe, just maybe, it'll be a bit easier to get healthy for some of us with this Kennedy feller with this Kennedy feller that Trump is appointing to take a look at our food and those damn pharmaceutical companies and whatnot who are poisoning us. There are, like I said, like I brought up multiple times, when someone from like a European nation or something like that comes over to America for a few months, they start to gain weight and they start to feel sickly. That's what they say. Even if they're eating the same food, that'll happen. Like, if they have a habit of eating this type of food, they come back, they come over to America, they try to eat the same types of food in the same amounts, and they start to feel sickly and they start to gain weight. Then they move back to their country, and when they move back to their country, they start to feel healthier again, and they immediately lose all that weight. Now, people who stay here long enough start to acclimate. But foreigners talk about it all the time. They talk about, like, when they come over to America to go to vacation, they bring, sometimes they'll they're more careful about what they eat, or like competitive video game players, like people who play like all these games competitively, and they have to come over to America to compete. You know what they do? They pack some food. Believe it or not, they'll pack some like cheap fucking food from their country. And when they come over, like the day before they need to play, they'll try to eat only the food that they brought with them, because once they start eating the American food, they start to like lose their energy and feel sickly. That's a fucking real thing that many competitors do. Like, I saw a discussion about it, and there was one competitor who, these were all foreigners to America, and they were discussing, like, there was like a Mexican and there were like 2 Japanese people. Now the Mexican, when he comes to America, deals with it. But then the Japanese, he was asking like for advice, like what they do and whatnot. And when they mentioned bringing over food, he's like, "Oh my God, that's a good idea." Like, bro, seriously? Like, you gotta import some food and shit like that? You have to go through customs with that? Because sometimes some foods you can't even bring. You gotta import fucking food where you, like, part of your luggage has to be food so that you're not fucking poisoning yourself, so you can compete
so you can compete on a high level because your body's not used to those toxins the way Americans' bodies are. They put a lot of nasty shit in our food. Get used to it because we've been eating it for, but it's still hurting us. It's probably the reason why I got the stomach problem that I got. Poisoning myself for like 40 years. And it's only gotten worse. When I was younger, it wasn't as bad. Definitely gotten worse. So that's actually one of the things that they're doing that I'm actually pretty excited about. Making our food healthier. Like having some fucking standards. Like you can't basically, you can sell this nasty shit, but you have to say that it's not meant for human consumption. Like you for instance, you can't sell raw milk for human consumption. Did you know that? So if someone milks a cow and you go over and you says, "Hello, farmer who has cow, I see that you just milked your cow and that you and your family are having some of that fresh milk." And he goes, "Yes, we are. May I purchase some of that milk for myself?" No, because they'll lock me in fucking prison. Like, they won't allow people to sell unpasteurized milk. Like, just straight up raw milk. They won't allow that. But they will allow them to sell us all these fucking toxins that are killing us. Okay, sure. Like I say, I think they should be able to sell it. But I think if you want to continue to sell your poison, and I'm not talking about something with a lot of sugar. I'm talking about some of those ingredients that are like actually illegal in many countries, like the nasty shit. Like, oh, you want to sell that? That's fine. You just have to put "not for human consumption" on the front of the package, and then it's up to the person buying it. The same way with milk. You can buy raw milk from a farmer, but you can't say that you're buying it to eat. And they can't sell it for the purpose of you eating it. But people do, obviously. Like, yeah, can I buy some of that raw milk? And it's like, yeah, no problem. But this isn't for human consumption, just letting you know. It's like, oh yeah, I know. I'm using it for not human consumption. That's what I'm doing. Like, all right, go ahead and drink your normal milk. Someone's saying that FEMA was ordered not to help Trump supporters. That this information just came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream and look into that, guys. But like I said, just hopefully it gets easier for the people for us people who are currently living in America to eat healthy food. Because all the affordable food has poison in it. And like I said, it's not something that's like, oh, you're gonna kill over dead because you ate it once or anything. It's something that, you know, you might live 60, 70 years, but you're gonna end up. It's the same as like being overweight, right? If you're overweight, you're gonna end up start to have health problems when you get older, and that's what's going on with our food, man. For some people, it doesn't really affect them that much. For others, it affects more than others, you know? And like, prostate cancer is higher than normal. Things like all these things that medical issues people have to deal with. It's scary stuff because I'm currently going through some of this shit. So I don't know. And I don't even know if the damage can be reversed as far as what I'm personally going through. And this kind of thing might have developed on its own, but it's not as likely. It's far less likely to develop on its own if you're not eating bad food. And this whole reason I started the garden, man. I know what I'm putting in my mouth if I grow it. Yeah, that's a big thing for me now. It wasn't that big for me back in the day. It was something I knew about and something I talked about occasionally. There's, like most things, once it's personally impacted your life or someone that you care about and or someone that you know personally, you start to care a lot more because you see the damage that it does, right? You understand more. It's not just that you have that you understand the concept of this thing being a bad thing, and that you're like, oh, okay, that's a bad thing, and someone should definitely do something about that. I understand. But then it happens to you, and it's like, all right, now I'm a little angry. It's more than just being like, oh, that's a bad thing, and something should be done to it. It's like someone did it to me. Fuck, man. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. This feels fucking horrible. That starts to happen. That's why so many charities are started by people who suffer from that thing, because they're like, yeah, and they understand that it's a bad thing. They see people suffering with it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's real bad. That sucks. Oh my god, man, that sucks. But then it happens to them, and they're like, oh my god, this is my whole fucking life now. I don't want anybody else to have to deal with this. So they start that charity because they of whatever kind of illness that they had, or that their family members had, and whatnot. Because I mean, we all have, it's empathy and sympathy, right? But when you sympathize with someone, you understand the concept, you understand the suffering, and that it's sad, and not like you're detached from it. You're like, sucks, man. But it's like, once you've gone through it itself, it's like it creates like a fear or something. I don't know what you would call it. It creates like something different. It's like you understand how sad and bad death is. Like we can, like, even children will watch a TV show and something will die and they'll cry. We understand how bad death is. But then when you lose a loved one, you still have the same understanding. It's still the exact same concept, but it's like, it's something about it just hits harder. Even though nothing has changed, you didn't learn anything new. But it's just like, whoa, what the fuck, man? Like some people who've lost pets, same thing. You hear someone, like, you can tell the difference between people who lost pets, because they'll be like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, my dog died, and they're like, oh man, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. But then someone who's also had their dog die will say the same things, but they'll be thinking about it. They might not be talking about it, but they'll be remembering, their dog. They'll remember, and like maybe how they had to hold it as it was dying or something like that. So now they're like, it's weird. I don't know what the word for it is. But you already understand the same concept, but it's because it's more personal. It brings up all the memories of the things that you've had to go through specifically. And so it's, oh, that's so sad this person happened. And then it's like combined with it. So now you're hearing, oh, hey, this person's animal died. And you go, oh, that's so sad. But it instantly reminds you of your pet and how you had to hold your pet as it died. And then you're like, and so now it's like, you're just twice as sad. You know what I mean? So yeah, even though you can understand mechanically, 100% mechanically, how a thing is, the concept of a thing, and the suffering that someone had to go through, when you've gone through it yourself, it's a double impact type of thing, you know? So I think that's probably why these people so often start these organizations, charities and whatnot for things that their family or they themselves have gone through, because it's, you get, it hits so much harder once you've gone through it. Even though you've not learned anything new, you still understand the same things, the same suffering and all that stuff. It's just something about it hits different, because every time it's brought up or every time you see someone else suffering it, like it that wound never goes away, right? Like, say you lose a loved one to cancer, that wound's always there. And there's not a person out there who doesn't hear that someone's dying of cancer and is like, oh my God, that's fucked up, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. But the amount of people who have a loved one who died of cancer is much lower. You know, they might know someone, but like, you know, someone they've cared for and they personally were with them as they went through all of that. And then that same person, when they hear someone else say like, oh yeah, I got cancer, still like they understand the concept completely both people understand the concept that it's a horrible thing. But then that other person is like, they're just remembering what they went through with their own family member or wherever it was that it died. And it's just, it's a 1-2 punch. So it like it just hits different. It's weird how our brains work. But yeah, all that talking right there was just me. Basically, a much less extreme thing, but still definitely, because people die from it, is the toxins in our food, dude. Like, I've always understood it, but I still ate the food. I was like, you know, something I'll have to worry about later. I mean, whatever. That sucks, but then once it started affecting me, I was like, fuck. And then I hear someone talk about it. Like I hear Kennedy talking about it on TV, and I'm like, that's good. That's good that he might do something for that. Like, more than that's good than I would have been, where I already understood. It's like, oh, because if it hadn't affected me yet, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. You know, that's going to help me out a lot. That's going to help a lot of people out a lot. I might not get sick in the future from this if I start eating better food and trying to, yeah, this is cool. Once it's too late, once you add shit like, instead of being like, oh, that's cool, I won't have to deal with this anymore, it's like you're dead. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. You guys, the next time I stream, which will be tomorrow, same cat time, same cat channel. Well, not same cat time, cat channel, because I'll be streaming in my normal time. This is a late night stream. I did mostly just talking about heavy topics. I guess that's what I do here, right? But yeah, so I keep saying it. Try to get healthy, man. I'm not trying to like fearmonger or scare you or anything like that. It's just something we all should do. Something we should all should do. Live your whole life and not have an issue from. You'd end up like me. You know? The healthier you are, the less likely a lot of this nasty food is going to affect you too. I mean, it still gets really healthy, people, but unfortunately for me, it was you know, 1-2 punch of that. I got unhealthy, and I'm still eating, and on top of that, I've been eating nasty food my whole life. So now I have medical complications. Anyways, you guys have a nice one, everyone. Bye. Try to be happier tomorrow. I mean, I'm not like depressed or anything like that right now. What I'm saying, it's just I recognize that I'm talking about like sad things. I don't want to make you guys sad. definitely something we need. Not just me, not just you guys too, but nation as a people, all of humanity need to get healthy. There's some nations that have that kind of thing. Japan's one of them. Certain sort of focus on trying to stay healthy from the society level. I would like that from all nations. I don't necessarily want people who aren't healthy ridiculed or anything like that. That's not what I want. But I do want people who aren't healthy, people who have to work harder for it, or people who struggle for it to have more support and understanding from people. And definitely, like I said, the more support from people who have done it. You gotta be healthy. Like, yeah, I know, and instead of like being mean about it, but help you. And now I'm going out to the gym. Come on, come with me. I got, like, let's go. Things like that, right? That kind of difference. So I would like a healthier thing. Not necessarily even the gym, right? It's like, hey, I'm going out jogging. Instead of jogging, like, why don't we? I'll go for a walk with you, type of thing, right? Cool if our society was like that, where everyone tried to encourage everyone else to be healthy. And you're always gonna have the assholes, but those assholes are already there. Like, they're there now. There's people who are ruthless to unhealthy people even now. So that wouldn't change even if our society was more focused on it. Even in a positive way, there'd still be the negative people. But it is what it is. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do, if anything. This could be just more campaign promise bullshit, but man, it'd be so cool if our food starts being good. Just less poisonous. All right. Have a nice one, everyone. Bye. I mean, we took lead out of our fucking gasoline. Surely we can take some of these toxins out of our food. Good night.